There are many stories about ghosts, demons, gods, and monsters hidden within the mountains of Meteora in Greece. For centuries, these rocks have stood tall, seemingly unmovable and immortal. On top of them, men built amazing structures to be closer to God. But now these abandoned monasteries are rumored to hold more than just religious relics. They're said to hold cursed relics. And one closed monastery may have something to do with the disappearance of a man who looked into a forbidden mirror. The 6 remaining monasteries of Meteora are among the most revered Orthodox Christian holy sites in the world. Each monastery is built on top of a large rock monolith hundreds of feet above the ground. You'll find them scattered across the mountain range, like ancient secrets waiting to be discovered. The construction of the monasteries goes back to the 14th century. Legend has it that the monks could only build these monasteries because angels carried the stones for them. But there were actually 24 monasteries built throughout the mountains, each dedicated to a different saint. And they were all once home to a community of Eastern Orthodox monks who lived secluded lives away from the rest of humanity. But today, only 6 remain open to the public, and you can visit them if you ever travel to Greece. And when you get there, your tour guide will warn you not to enter the Hall of Chains, a small sealed-off room within one of the monasteries that no one is supposed to go into. It's said that the last person who entered this room disappeared without a trace. So let us imagine you do and listen to your guide, and you decide to explore this abandoned monastery for yourself. You walk up narrow passageways connecting different rooms, past icons of saints and old musty texts. All around you are relics of a long-forgotten time. As you round a corner, you might catch a glimpse of something out of the corner of your eye. Perhaps it was a shadow, or perhaps it was a wisp of smoke. But you shake off the thought and continue exploring until you come across a door at the end of a long hallway. Above the door, you can make out the faded letters that spell out the words, "Beware." Curiosity piqued, you push open the door and step inside. The room is dark and dank, illuminated only by a sliver of sunlight that pierces through a crack in the wall. In the center of the room, you notice a large ornate mirror resting against the far wall. Despite its age, the mirror still reflects your image clearly, showing you how dusty and dirty you've become on your travels. As you stand there admiring your reflection, you suddenly hear a noise behind you. You turn to see what it was, and catch sight of a monk standing behind you. He seems to be made of solid darkness, yet you can make out his hunched form and the long white beard that reaches his waist. His eyes are wide and unblinking, staring directly at you. Before you can react, he disappears. You shake your head, thinking you must have imagined the whole thing. After all, it is just an abandoned monastery. But then you remember your guide's warning about the Hall of Chains and realize that you must have accidentally stumbled into it. The mirror is old and ornately carved with images of saints and angels. As you gaze into its depths, you can't help but wonder what secrets it holds. Suddenly, the air in the room grows cold, and you feel a presence behind you. You turn around, but there's nothing there. Then you look back at the mirror, but your own reflection is gone, replaced by the image of a monk who looks exactly like the one you saw moments before. But that's not possible. You're the only person in the room. Then the monk in the mirror smiles, revealing a set of yellowed teeth that seem to stretch from ear to ear. Before you can scream, the mirror flashes white and everything goes black. You wake up with a start, your heart pounding in your chest. You're lying on the floor of the monastery, and the mirror is nowhere to be seen. Shaken but unharmed, you stumble out of the monastery and into the arms of your waiting tour guide. He helps you to your feet and asks if you're all right. You tell him about the mirror and the monk, and he looks at you with pity in his eyes. "I'm sorry," he says, "but you've just experienced what many have before you. The mirror shows you what you desire most, and then takes it away." Confused, you ask what he means, but he doesn't answer. Instead, he leads you away from the monastery and back to your hotel. That night, after everyone had gone to bed, you couldn't sleep. The image of the monk from the mirror kept flashing through your mind, and you could have sworn you heard his raspy voice whispering your name in the darkness. Unable to take it any more, you got out of bed and went to the window. The moon was full that night, casting an eerie glow over the landscape, and you could have sworn you saw a dark figure standing on the roof across the way, watching you. In the morning, you told your tour guide about the figure you'd seen, but he just shook his head and smiled sadly. "It's the curse of the mirror," he said. "It's taking away what you desire most." Now, terrified, you packed your things and checked out of the hotel. You needed to get away from there. As you rushed to catch your bus, you noticed your luggage was missing. You turned to the hotel owner and asked where it was, but he just pointed down the street. Following his gaze, you saw your luggage chained up beside a statue of an angel. And as you unchained it, you realized that the mirror was gone. Before you could even begin to process what had happened, you felt a hand on your shoulder. Turning around, you came face to face with your tour guide. He looked at you with a sad smile. "I'm sorry," he said, "but you're cursed now. The mirror has taken away what you desired most." His words echoed in your ears as you watched him walk away. The next thing you knew, you were back in your home country, and your entire family had gathered in your living room to welcome you back. You told them about the mirror and the curse, but they just laughed and said you were crazy. Of course, they didn't believe you. How could they? There was no evidence of your adventure, and you were the only person who knew what had happened. Now, years later, you still live with the memory of what happened to you. And sometimes you think about the curse of the mirror and wonder if it's real. Maybe you should have listened to your tour guide and stayed away from the mirror in the first place. Or maybe it was your destiny to look into that mirror and learn the hard way that some things are better left unknown. Some say the monasteries of Meteora are cursed. Others say the curse comes from the mirror. What do you think? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And please like the video and share it with friends if you enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. See you next time.